Yeah. What's going on, faithful? It's your boy Mike from the Nothing But Niners crew, guys. I am back. It's March Madness. We are here. I'm awake. I'm battling through this sickness, man. But I am going to be all right. Okay. I want to thank everybody for checking us out. Everybody for being patient with us and all. You guys are phenomenal. It's midday, man, and we're on the East Coast. Shout out to people who are taking their lunch break. Shout out to the people on the West Coast. We're out there. It's a little earlier in the day for you guys. You guys might be just starting your day. Thank you guys for starting your day with us. I appreciate it. There's a lot going on in 49ers land, man. And what I'm noticing right now is the biggest need for the biggest topic of conversation, I should say, for a lot of people is the 49ers need of an edge, some more pressure, someone to generate some pressure on the opposite side of Nick Bosa. That seems to be all the rage right now. People are throwing their names out there, and the Niners are doing what they can and can't do to do their due diligence. And it's pretty interesting, man. Yeah, Keenan, I completely agree with you. So, guys, just want to keep in mind now, this is a live show. You guys have the floor. You guys control the floor. You control the topics of discussion. I want you guys to load up the chat with all the questions that you may have, and we'll get to them in order. All right, load them all up. I did a tweet the other day, today actually, and the tweet was a response to this picture. I'm going to show you guys this picture here, okay? 49ers quarterback room. Trey Lance, Brock Purdy, and Sam Darnold. Yo, Glenn. No, I'm on lunch. What's up? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm in good. Yep. Bye. I owe you guys a minute. So this graphic here is the 49ers quarterbacks room. All right. And you guys see Trey Lance, Brock Purdy, and Sam Darnold. And my tweet said, and I quote, "The following is not the sentiment I personally share, but I can see how players and fans of other teams around the NFL would see this and think we're sweet. None of them are striking fear in anyone. We've got work to do. Time to show up." All right. So my purpose with that, actually, I'll get back to that. I see a couple of questions in here. Let me answer these questions and I'll get back to that. Okay. Why not trade some draft picks for Chase Young? Well, I think the draft picks and the capital that you're going to need to get Chase Young, the Niners might not have. I don't think a team is going to let go of a guy like Chase Young for anything less than the first round this year. And we don't have the capital for that. That's not something that we can do. The Niners aren't on the board until the third round, and that's late in the third round, pick 99. So we have a ways to go before we can start trading for top-end talent, you know. Do you believe we will get a good edge? I do. I don't think that the team is quite done picking up guys in free agency. There's a couple of veterans out there in free agency that we can go after. And there's some draft guys that are going to fall due to knee injuries or back injuries or something happened during a workout and they tweaked something. So good talent falls every single year in the draft, and not just one or two guys either. Good talent falls often in the draft, and the Niners will be able to capitalize on it. They'll go through as long as these people meet the personality trait requirements, and they think they have the right work ethic. The Niners will take some flyers of some of these guys. All right. Danny Albright says, "Where are you going to be during the draft and isn't in Kansas City?" I believe it's in Kansas City this year. But Nothing But Niners, we do a live draft show. We usually do it all 3 days. The last couple of years, the Niners haven't had a first round draft. So the first night I'll be at home. I will be live during the draft, just going over it with the guys. But the second and third day of the draft, we go live, and I rent out a big hotel suite, and I invite anybody from Nothing But Niners if they want to come through. We have multiple cameras. We have our big board set up, and we cover the whole draft thing live. We do it all that like that. All right. Vern says, Who do you think replaces McGlinchey? Man, this is a good question. I'm hoping it's Jalen Moore, believe it or not. I think Jalen Moore is someone that a lot of us have forgotten about. He's been on the team now. This will be his third year, maybe, right? He's got some time in with the system. He knows what we're looking for as far as what we're asking our offensive linemen to do. I'm hoping it's Jalen Moore. I know some people think Burford might kick out the right tackle. He played tackle in college. I understand that. I don't know. But I think it's someone. Colton McKivitz has a good shot. I know he's probably like the writer's favorite right now. But I'm going to say Jalen Moore. I think he's going to surprise some people. I'm going to go with Jalen Moore. All right. Do you think Kyle and John get extensions if we don't win a Super Bowl in the next 2 years? So they're already on their second extensions, if I'm not mistaken. Have they been extended twice? No. 2017. I think they've only been extended once. But I think they just started their second amount of time with their extensions. So win or don't or not in the next 2 years, I don't think they get extended. However, 3 years, maybe 4 from now, they might get extended. Now, if they don't win a Super Bowl, I think it depends, right? At the end of this season, do we know who our franchise quarterback is? That is a huge question. I don't care if it's Brock Purdy. I don't care if it's Trey Lance. I don't care if it's Sam Darnold, whoever. Do we know definitively who our franchise quarterback is? Because we have to build a team around this guy and his skill sets, period. That's going to be the number one thing. If we don't have that answer by the end of this year, I don't care if it's due to injury or whatever. If we don't have that answer by the end of this year, then probably no extensions in the next 2 years. Then what will end up happening is they start playing it out a little closer to the end of their contracts. All right, we start to get a little feet to the fire type action there. All right. Hey, do you think we move up in the draft, or with so many picks we just do best player available? Action figure. I think it's a little bit of both. I think we do both. I don't think we move up from 99 unless there's somebody there that they had like a mid-second round grade on that's just falling. Maybe it's due to other people in that position just being drafted over and over and over. And now it's like, all right, all the other teams have satisfied their need for that position. But I think the only way they move up from 99 is if there is someone that's falling like really, really badly. And they're like, yo, we got to get this guy. Otherwise, I think we move up and down in this draft. All right. How is Niner doing? Is he missed? He is missed by my wife and my kids. I'm not one of those people who like really, really get attached to pets. I've had pets my whole life, and when pets die or run away or whatever, I've never shed a tear over a pet that I've had. My one dog we had for 12 or 13 years. I'm not one of those guys where, I miss my dog. I love these animals. At least I think I do. I like them, but I don't cry at the deaths of a family member. So that's not one of the emotions that I have. So I do miss him sometimes, but we have another dog. Last I heard, Niner was doing good. He's with his owner. I'm not one of those people that once I rehome a pet, I keep checking on them and asking for updates and all that. That is now your dog. I think someone randomly calling me or texting me saying, hey, I want to see your dog. I think that's a little strange, right? And so once you sell a puppy to someone, if you're a breeder, you shouldn't be checking up on that dog. At least I don't think so, because that's not why you gave that dog to someone. That's not why you sold it. Now, Niner wasn't sold. He was rehomed, but it's not someone. It's still, I'm not going to be checking up on him like that. I haven't asked for any pictures or anything like that. However, my brother works with the guy, so we do hear from time to time, yo, this dog is crazy. Yo, his appetite, whatever. Like, it's just little stuff like that. All right. T, thanks for the question here. He says, Mike, would you trade Debo straight up for Chase Young? I would. Him and both are coming off edge. Nasty. Then you sign BA and let Danny Gray do his thing. Okay, so would you trade Debo straight up for Chase Young? Woo. Wow. This is a good question. There's a part of me that I really want to see Trey Lance with weapons like Debo, McCaffrey, Kittle, and Ayuk all at the same time. I really, really do. However, you said something at the end of this that was really, really intriguing. Let Danny Gray do his thing. That's a downfield threat. That's a guy that can take a 4-yard pass to the house. And this team is full of those kind of guys, right? Danny Gray has that gear though. He's for real, 4.3, 4.4 speed. Like that's real. That's on-field play. I'm gonna say yes. I would do this trade straight up. Debo for Chase Young. I'm gonna get killed for that. But yeah, I think I would do it. All right. I've heard that Washington doesn't want to pick up his 5th-year option, so that tells me they don't want him there. Not necessarily. A couple of injuries and things like that will stop people from picking up a 5th-year option. So a 5th-year option doesn't exclude you from extending anybody. All right. It just means that we're not going to pay you that guaranteed amount of money that you're going to get based off of where you were drafted. Right. And so the team might want to extend you, but at a safer deal, at a not a pure cap hit and things like that. And if you put that the 5th-year option on them, that player, that agent feels like, all right, well, this is our base for our negotiation. This is where we're starting this thing, and they might not want to do that. They might not want to do that just yet. They might want to see a little bit more out of him. And there's nothing wrong with that. What rounds will the Niners draft another quarterback? Who would you take at the quarterback in the draft? There's a couple of guys. Actually, we were on Wayne's show the other night. I don't have my list here in front of me. There were a couple of guys that I liked, but I don't think the Niners take a quarterback until the 5th round, 5th or 6th round. So that's where I would do it. All right. Don't they only have 3 years left in their contract? I thought they had 4. I thought that when we first signed them, they signed 6-year deals. That was in 2017. That took them to 2023. And then I thought they got another 5-year extension. Or no, one of them got 1 year less than the other. So I thought there were 3 years left, 3 or 4 years left in the contract. 3 for one guy, 4 for the other. But I could be wrong, Nick. I'm not 100% sure. I apologize. What's going on, BC? I see you in here. All right. Now, let me get back to this thing here while you guys load up more questions, okay? So I talked about how our locker room, these quarterbacks right now don't scare anybody. I can see how players and fans of other teams around the NFL would see this and think we're sweet. None of them are striking fear in anyone. We've got work to do. It's time to show up. I know we're Niner fans. I know about the win streak we went on with Jimmy and then with Brock Purdy and all that stuff. And I know that we made to the NFC Championship game, right? But when you are an opposing team and you're about to play the 49ers, just like when Jimmy was the guy, the last position you say, man, we really got to worry about is the quarterback position. It's the quarterback position. I don't think that there's any team out there that says, damn, bro, Brock Purdy going to tear us up next week. He's not. Yo, man, Trey Lance is healthy. We really got to watch out. They're not saying that. They're not expecting anything from him, right? Yo, Sam Darnold. Yo, we got to be careful, man. Like that's Sam. You know what SD do? Like no, none of that is happening. It's not happening. And if that's the case, I still don't think we quite know who our franchise quarterback is. I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on that. All right, I'm going to get back to the questions. You guys feel free to keep loading up the questions in here. Oscar says here, what are your thoughts on kicker for 49ers? I would be going with someone in the draft. I would draft somebody in the 4th round. I would draft somebody in the 4th or 5th round. That's a pretty high choice for a kicker, and I want someone young. I would absolutely want to bring a low tier veteran in. I'm not bringing in one of these guys that are going to make $4 or $5 million a year. All right. I would be bringing in somebody on a low deal, $1-2 million. Let them compete with whatever rookie we draft, and may the best man win. That's what I would do. All right. Nick Donald says, when is the next guest? When is the next show with your special guest? So we were trying to do it either last night or tomorrow, but there are some issues behind the scene with scheduling. So we're going to still try to get it done this week, Nick, but it might not be on Thursday. So we're going to see when the availability is for the special guest and other people, and we're gonna go ahead and get that going. We're gonna get that going sooner rather than later. That's for sure. All right, OG Big Mike. Should San Francisco call bulky and ask for edge rusher Chison, their 2020 first round pick, straight up for Kinlaw, a la AJ Jenkins for Baldwin 2013. So two guys who haven't really lived up to their potential and just do a 1-for-1. I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't do it because I feel like the Niners just did that when they picked up Clelin Ferrell. If I'm being completely honest with you, I feel like they just did that. I think that they went after a guy who was a first-round pick, who had shown flashes in college that people feel like if he gets in the right system, they can go out there and they might be able to give you a little something. So I wouldn't call Jacksonville for anything, especially that. I think that we have the reclamation project on our hands already with Clelin Ferrell, and we'll see what we can get out of him. There's no need to have two of them on the team at the same time. All right. So what you're saying is we should get Lamar Jackson. So who would you give up, Trey or Purdy, and what else on top? No. I never said that. I ended my tweet with, we've got work to do. We have to show up. All right. Let me show you again. We've got work to do. Time to show up. All right. I believe that the franchise quarterback is in the locker room. Mike, I believe that. I already believe that the franchise quarterback is in the locker room. That doesn't mean that the people around the league and fans of other teams believe that. Just because I think we have someone that should be feared doesn't mean that other people and other fan bases think that we have someone that should be feared. And that's what I was getting at. It's time for these guys in the 49ers quarterbacks room to show up consistently, dangerously, accurately, repetitively. Like, that's what we need to see. We need these guys to go out there and strike some fear in some people. We heard, think about how excited we were when Trey Lance was drafted, and we're reading any and every practice report, right? Any open practice. We were, oh my God, let's see what they're saying about Trey Lance today. Oh, he did what? He did this, he did that, right? We got excited reading the clippings. That excitement stayed in-house. We didn't see that on the field. We didn't see any of that. His first start against the Cardinals, it was run until you lose. That's what it was. Then his next start against Houston, started out a little rocky, finished really, really strong, showed some promise there, right? And then we don't see him again until week 1 against the Bears in the monsoon. Wasn't great. Wasn't bad. There were some flashes, right? Especially considering the weather. Some flashes, but it wasn't anything that you're like, damn, that's really, really good. And then you see the Seattle game. I would have loved to see him finish out that game plan. Whew. Wow, I wanted to see that take place. But we didn't see it. So no one out there is really saying, hey, hold on, man, that's the Niners. Trey is going to do this. Or, Brock is going to, even all the games that you watch Brock Purdy play in, right? It's like, cool. He runs the system well. Brock Purdy's not scaring anybody. I'm sorry, but he's not. Trey Lance right now isn't scaring anybody. I'm sorry, but he's not. I don't want Lamar Jackson here. I'm not one of the people that think the Niners should go out there and get him. All right. What did we see on the field last year, though? I think I answered that. We saw points get put up, right? I think teams worry about Kyle Shanahan. I think teams worry about George Kittle when he gets the ball in his hand, Deebo Samuel when he gets the ball in his hand, Brandon Ayuk when he gets his ball in his hands, Christian McCaffrey when he gets the ball in his hands. They think about Nick Bosa. They think about Fred Warner, Dre Greenlaw. They think about Gibson. Make sure you don't throw picks to him. Nowhere in there is anyone saying, damn, but Brock Purdy, bro. Like, that's the guy. Like, Brock Purdy. It's not happening. Trey Lance, is Trey. Same thing that was happening when Jimmy was here. I believe it was Stephen A. Smith that had the rant that said, you go down a list of 7 or 8 things before you get to Jimmy Garoppolo. And we all took it as hate. Like, oh, he's hating. No, Skip was right. Not Skip. Stephen A. Stephen A. He was right. I believe that was Stephen A. He was right. It's just not. It's not. There's no fear. There's no respect. Respect. Let me change that, because respect. There's definitely respect. There's no fear. There's absolutely no fear. Nobody is worried about playing the 49ers quarterback. That is not that is the last position you say we got to take account for that. It's not there. Alberto says, so who do you think it is between the three? My answer is Brock. I'm sorry, Trey. My answer is Trey. But I wouldn't be mad if it's Brock. Just show me that it's him. Show me that it's him. That's all. I don't care which guy it is. Find one of them and do it. I was also big on the Sam Darnold to the 49ers thing a while ago, a couple off seasons ago. So I'll take anybody. Show me, though. Don't show me that we can win games with these guys. We won games with Nick Mullins. We won games with C.J. Beathard. You know what I'm saying? I would say we won games with Brian Hoyer, but I don't think he actually won a game here. But so what? Don't show me that we can win games. Show me that you should be feared in this system. All right, guys, listen, the 15 minutes are up. Y'all got the chat on fire right now, and I got to go. We went a lot extra here. But shout out to you guys, man. I appreciate you all. Y'all stay tuned. I will try to be back at midnight. I will try my hardest not to take another PM pill. I messed up and missed both shows last night. So I will try my best, man. It's gonna depend on how I'm feeling, guys. Your boy is not this cold is kicking my ass, but I'm gonna try my best, and I will see y'all later on this evening if all goes to plan. All right, y'all be safe out there. Peace.